Hello, Wildcat. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to Saturday Night Live. Miss the fellas, they ought to be popping any minute now. I'm doing excellent, buddy. I do good every day. Every day I'm doing good, buddy. Well, not they seem to a little bit. Scratching my second. Okay. Wildcat, you working on anything right now, or are you just grilling and chilling and watching me? There you go. That's good, buddy. Good night, chill, buddy. I better do a Hellcat. It's dry air. This thing was clear plastic here. Go ahead and find it. I got that green inside. Then go ahead and put it in the fuselage. That'll be the next step after this dries right here. I've been working on that pretty much all day. My paper model of the Augusta Victoria. Thanks, buddy. Dean, you be talking in pretty soon, and Mr. Daniel Britton, you gotta be tuning in. We got Chuck. He just tuned in now. Hello, Chuck. I see you. We're on the Hellcat right there. I got this all sanded. It's all sanded. This thing ready to be primed. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and appreciate the black paint. You got panel lines there, real fine. And they're very well held detailed. If I dare to use aerosol on this stuff, like I did on here, it may obscure the rivet detail, and a lot of it's soft. I like to put a little bit of a wash on it. So, appreciate is going to be when the priming is going to be when I appreciate this bad boy. Okay, tonight on the Hellcat, we're going to do some assembly, painting, get the cowling on, and we're pretty much on the way. I've been on this thing now for about, well, this is what, 6 days. It took about 6 days for me to get this car. All live here. The only thing I did off camera is when I painted those exhausts right there. We got Raymond. He's with us. Hello, Raymond. Well, like the old saying about it, finish off your plate first before you go to something else, Daniel. In other words, you follow the modeler syndrome like me. Modeler syndrome is, I think I invented that myself, which makes perfect sense, is when you got all kinds of models, build me, build me, build me, come on, build me. The hell with that. Get that later, build it. Then you go over and start building it. First, so you got all kinds of unfinished models thing on, like I do. Most of my stuff is unfinished because I had no supplies. I had to go all over to something else to go more supplies. But my supplies are talking to you real well. I think I'm pretty well caught up with my supplies. With Mr. Daniel Britton sending me paint and sandpaper and stuff like that, I'd be totally at loss, you know. Yeah, Daniel just he just tuned in. Yeah, the fabric that knows, I want to have to get I can't have the clear nose in that thing. That's right. There you go, buddy. That's good news, Chuck. You'll get your Oklahoma in. That's good. At least you know what's coming to you. Those dog devils, they jip you on your Missouri. I'm really sorry about that, buddy. Uh, yeah, Daniel, thank you very much, guys. Daniel just sent me in today. A pretty good son of the parcel came up today. He sent me some sandpaper, some red oxide fibers going to need for my water lines for my ships, and I wasn't expecting this, but gosh darn, man, this is wonderful. He sent me this kit. This is an old 1956, no, 50, 57, 57? No, 1958. 1958 kit of the ITC kit of the government duck. Now, Glencoe, they went ahead and got the obtainment olds from ITC, and they made it their kit. This is a good kit, it really is. Now, I remember what I had back in 1958 was molded in red plastic. Yes, red plastic. The landing gear is retractable. It had a motor inside the nacelle. You pull out the motor, and you got a battery fit back there, and the propeller would spin. So this is the option of the duck that they give you. So I'll probably be cracking on this real soon. Now I got some good news coming, fellas. I got the Daniels always also sent me some decals for air patches for my Hong Kong models, one 32nd scale B25 Mitchell. Now it's for a gun nose. Is you get the glass, very conventional glass nose, green test nose on the B25. It's not wooden there. It was paired in like it was paired in. So what I probably could do is fabricate some of making me a mold, or I can go ahead and use balsa wood, a balsa block, and carve it to the shape, and put epoxy on it, wet dry sandpaper, red wood with those nice and smooth, really shiny, and this go to the plastic, and fill in from the plastic to the gun nose. That'll be really good. Thank you, Daniel. God bless you, buddy. I appreciate this. All I need now is just some white paint. And also might need some neutral gray paint because I own neutral gray paint. I've got it right here. And that B-25 is a big airplane. And 1/32 scale. I just got this little itty bitty bottle of neutral gray. It's by I don't know who makes this stuff. HP or something. Find out right now. Catacomb. Right there. Yeah, it's all sanded out, like smooth. I even buffed it out with my buffer on the sandboard. This thing's ready to be. Well, let's do instead of priming the fuselage, I'm going to prime it with pre-shading. I have the black across it. But like I say, I don't want to put aerosol white on here with a battle can because we'll do. What I'll do is I take it to pre-shading with that. But then I have to post-shade. I rather pre-shade because it brings out the detail. Tonight, we're going to get the cowling painted up. We get the green painted inside here real well. The green inside the canopy all painted up. And assemble, and we'll go on with the rest of the building. How far it takes us. This is clear plastic, not anymore. I went ahead and I did this to it. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for this. Go ahead and find this. And I'll give that a clear primer on there. It was clear plastic. Now the cowl, they give you cowl flaps to this thing with a cowling. It's either closed or open. These are open. So I went ahead and primed this cowling. And airbrush interior green inside there. And also interior green in the inside the wells and everything. So we got a lot of work to do tonight. Let me check the chat board right here. See what's going on. We got 8 watching and 5 thumbs up. And Pappy says, update on the Oklahoma card model. UPS has been trying to deliver it, so it looks like it'll be this Monday, which is excellent. And Raymond says, I did that after, we're talking about model syndromes. I did that after we moved. And you had a lot of shelf stuff on there. And Danny Britton said, you can finish a nose using Magic Script modeling proxy. Like shaping a nose with clay, but it hards and it's sandable. Huh, never heard of that stuff before. How to use that? I have to make a mold for that. Think about what I'm going to do is I've got plaster of Paris. A couple big bags of everything up there. And I can whip me up some plaster of Paris and make a mold. First of all, I'm going to make a plug first. Put it in there. Pull it out. It's time to go to lots of make a female mold. Another thing too, I had a white eagle kit, a 1/72 scale, KC97 straddle anchor. KC97 is a fuel prop aircraft. used for refueling aircraft. The Air Force used. All it is a 377 C-97 Stratosphere, and we actually corncob motors in it. So I did molds for that one time. I took sprue. I heated up a little bit with a tin can with a burner. Of course, it's smoke nuts. I did it outside. I was just experimenting back in those days. And poured all that liquid plastic in it. I know that built that mold out of candy. It came out pretty good. Chuck said, is it just me or has anybody else took note? Our American boys and girls are coming home in boxes. Boy, it's like some serious stuff. Last time I heard about coming home in boxes is this Vietnam vets. They're coming home with pine boxes from the war. I've seen it come. I've seen the draft come and everything like that back in those days, and I say, well, I'm going to get involved in Vietnam somehow. That's why I joined the Navy, way before Vietnam got started. It's good. You know what I like about that bit right there? It snaps in from the top. Take it off and show the inch. So I just learned that just now. Don't glue this in. But up here, there's a little tab. You get a tongue right there. Plug in. Just like this. This right here, the firewall, which ain't detail, that's going to be painted with aluminum. I know that, I would use that tape on it. Or do that motor. Yep. And I think that's just close to too. I think you can't make them up or down. Just pull them out and bring them down. Yep. Finish my coffee first before we get started with the painting session. Oh yes, I went ahead and masked those windows off the side using tape. But I don't want to get no paint on there. Okay, we got 9 watching, 9 thumbs up, which is very wonderful. We got Wildcat 777 is with us tonight. We got Chuck Pappy, he is with us. We got Raymond, he's with us. And Mr. Daniel Britton, he is with us on the chat. So Dingy ought to be chiming in pretty soon. And a few other fellows will chime in too. I don't get to worry about Newport 28C. I hope everything's okay. Okay. That's too much. That's fine. Okay. Jerry Skill Model, he just tuned in. Hello, Jerry. Welcome to the Saturday Night Live stream with me and the boys. Yeah, it's a good sized kit there, Jerry. It's 1/32 scale. It's pretty favorable size. Now I can start painting this thing. It will get loose as we catch up to my twilight good. So you got to be very careful. Take a lot of caution with that tail wheel right there. Wheel brake. Alrighty, gang. Got that done. Nice. Nice. So, excellent. Okay. So, that cowling is removable. You just pop it off and show your engine on. So all your work then can be wasted. You might feel like you see that Pratt Whitney double white cyclone and the cyclone motor. That cyclone motor, but Wasp motor. Let's try that. Okay. Here's done. With the exception of the camp wheel and jet class. Now we got the gun days going now. We got Olympian novel shop. He's with us. Hello, buddy. Welcome to Saturday Night Stream with the gang and me and the Hellcat. It's a good kit. It really is. Like I told everybody else, you got to take very extremely care of the tail wheel. The tail wheel is very fragile. Very fragile. It's you lay it down on its tail wheel, do it very gentle. Very gentle. Because if you don't do it gentle, it'll break it and be in a world of hurt. The Titanic in the background will come to you as a surprise. This is the 1974 kit. First came out back in 1974 with a price tag of $19.95. Came with a prepayment call. And this is the RMS Titanic by Intex. And it lights up too. I've been working on this thing off and on now for over 50 years. Yes, it did. Lusitania, Mantex. I got that kit too. It's already built. It's in my stack. I got two of them. One by Gunzo Sanyo, and one by Entex. I built the Entex one live on YouTube. The Entex RMS Lusitania came out in May of 1977. It came out. The Titanic came out in 1974. The story behind that, I bought two of them. I got one, my stack not built yet. Now I built this one here. I remember I went to the Red Baron Hobby Shop in Camarillo, California. It's one of my favorite hobby shops I could venture to. I went there one day to get some balsa wood. I picked up a couple of radio controlled balsa kits I was going to build. I went back there and he goes, "Hey Frankie, we got something new back there I think you'll like." They said, "I think it's the only one in the whole world that first came out." I go, "What is it?" It says, "Go back and take a look at it." So my heart was going like this, you know. Wow, I'm getting excited. Went back here, I saw kind of, oh my God, a Titanic. Somebody finally came out with a Titanic. Unbelievable. He said, "You better get them. They're selling like hotcakes." About the third guy came in here and bought one. One guy bought two of them, and about two left up there. Well, I'll take those two. Okay, I guess that's a little more. You better. So you head over to Monterey, California, come out here and buy those things. There you go. Okay. So that'd be $44.94 for both of them. So okay, I bought them. I went to my dad's house. I was still in the Navy then. And I always visit my parents when I see my wife and everything. Knocked on the door. Dad goes, "It's open. Come on in, Cell Beams." I go inside. What the hell you got there? Well, Dad, you can believe this. I said, "Well, I know you got a model there. I can't see it with the box lit the other way." I turned around and showed them. I said, "Oh my God, they finally did it, didn't they?" "Yeah, Dad." I said, "Who makes that?" "I don't know. A company called Intex. It comes from Carlson City, California." And it was actually produced in the G Mark in Japan by Ed Kamuta, who was the president and the founder of the Titanic Historical Society. And they were in hopes of making a Titanic, so they got all the drawings and everything. They couldn't find the original plans for it. That's why there's a few parts in it. The model's pretty accurate. But there's stuff that's missing, like skylights, things like that, because they couldn't get the original drawings. So at the time, we assumed that the model and all the original drawings was actually destroyed during World War II, the bombing of England during World War II from Germany. And it wasn't too long. It was about 40 years later. They found the builder's model of the Titanic. It was in a vault room down below. They found all the plans to it and everything. That was a 20-foot model of it they had. It was a dockside model. And, so I guess the Titanic Historical Society and a bunch of people got involved to make the model more accurate than what it was. But that there's 1974 release of the kit. The only thing that's not accurate in it is the skylights. The model's pretty well spot on, you know. And I was really happy to see that thing come out. It was model of the year too when it came out. On the B-24, yes, the 1/48 scale or the 1/32nd. The 1/32nd scale was back there. It took me about about a month and a half to build that thing. About a month and a half. Now I've got one up here too. I always like to give away the cook's tour of what I've got in this room. I'll get my stash back. You guys haven't seen nothing yet. Wait to see I got that stash. Up there is my monogram, Lady Be Good. He sent it that B24 vehicle breaker. Took me about 2 months to build that one. I got the Lady Be Good decals. Now over here is a treat for everybody. I built it here in YouTube on Late Night Space. That Newport 17 is a Cleveland kit. I got that from my father. That thing's 100 years old. 100-year-old piece of wood. This guy's built the engine to it and the prop and everything. It was he's got the bungees on the landing gear. Cleveland kits are very, very well engineered models. Of course, here's the Trummpeter 1/200 scale on this Titanic. Antex went way back there. It lights up. So is that. My brother, he had cancer. When I bought that kit, I got off eBay from a hobby shop out there in Nitley. And I was looking trying to see if I get a cheaper deal. But these things, they list anywhere from $500 on up. I said, that's a lot of goddamn money for plastic. So therefore, I went ahead and I kept doing some research and looking around. And I finally found out, I ran into a guy that was selling for $460 I think he wanted for it. So I said, I'm not going to get any cheaper than that, so I bought it. With shipping and handling and everything, it came pretty close to $500. Then had an LED kit that came with it. And my brother goes, Frank, the thing got LEDs? Yeah, Mike, right here, let's take a look at that. Here's the instructions how to put it in there. Well, hell, I'll do that for you. Like you put the wiring in the thing for me? Yeah. Oh my God. I said, I appreciate it. I said, yeah, I really appreciate that. You're lighting up for me like that. We'll light it up for you right now, just for a treat for everybody. Guys know how I am, like a kid with a new candy bar, trying to sell it, trying to show everybody what kind of candy bar it is. Darken ship, set condition X-ray. There you go, boys. Live action, live action. What, no. Big shot of me, yes. I'm going to fix some other. Get in there. Damn tripod. Someday I'm gonna find me a tripod this one. Someday when I got here and pictures down there. It's not in there. What is now? Yep. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, my brother says, let's see that box, the LED box. It came with a big old reel of strip of LEDs. You had to solder it, resistors, anything like that. I said, Mike, he said, you actually wire this thing up there, give it to me. Said, here's the instructions for you right here, which I still got. It shows you how to do it and everything. Like I know how to wire it up. Yeah, Mike, if you go listen to me. See these little grooves here? Oh yeah, the tape lays right within the tracks right here. Oh, I see now. Yeah. Well, hell yeah. That's where they go. And that's how we did it. We did exactly what the structure did. He was in terrible pain. He had cancer and everything. And it's like I do something, I can take my mind off all this pain I got going on. So, Mike, you sure you can do it for me? Yes. So that Titanic means a lot to me. He's got my little baby brother in there too. But he worked on it also. It's not done yet. I got a lot of work to do. Right now, I'm like Daniel. I float from one build to another. So I got a lot of stuff going on here, and I just now getting a lot of model supplies to finish them up. I got a bunch of stuff came in today, and I'll probably work on American Scout and be setting down myself on a big sequin tugboat over there. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. On the 148 scale, it took me about a month and a half to build that. That's the Lady Be Good. And I got to get the decals for that. And that came from the Mongo Pro model kit. Has photo edge parts in it. It's got crew pickers and everything. I think I get the crew pickers. I think I threw them in there. See what I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Put them in there. Mom gear, navigator, pilot, co-pilot. It comes with ground crew too. Where's my total? Oh, here it is. I'm kind of proud of this little job right here. That's a king with my king with it. I painted it up. I'm starting like armor now, That comes with the V24. Not much to write home about though, but it's a tow motor for the V24. Most of you are pretty familiar with this anyway, because I've been working on my Augusta Victoria last night, today. Starting knocked out pretty good. It's a card model. I got the anchors on there and everything. Start to put the vents on. playing around with tanks today. I took this out. I did the weather for this thing. See all that dirt around these wheels? On the bogies? That's not paint. That's mud, real mud. So I got thinking, why in the hell, this thing's ready to control. Why take a paintbrush and weather the bogies out? This thing's an operational tank and it runs. I want to get it like it dirty natural, and I do. That's natural dirt on those bogies right there. I'll tell you one thing, this tank here is it's not compared to my hand long tank. But I'll tell you one thing. This thing has a punch with the BBs. It'll bust out a window. Even though these tanks are strong enough to bust out a window, bust a computer. I'll tell you what I did with this thing one time. I bought this thing home. I went down to the hobby shop and bought this. I think I paid $135 for it. On 10 long, I paid $300 something that thing. And good things ain't cheap. There's a little bit of quality. That this is a brisket tank, but actually it was reproduced by a company called IMEX Tanks. I think good tanks too. They got some good tanks here around $500, pretty pricey. A lot better than this one. And this is a Sherman AMA 4 tank. And I had this one time in my living room, my trailer. And I pushed the button, boom, shot a BB. The BB hit the corner of my computer. Oh my God, I cracked the glass that day. The next day later, I could see blackness on my computer. It looked like the black was getting bigger and bigger, the crack was getting down. Like I say, these things are very dangerous. You gotta watch out, put it out an eye, and everything else. These are no joke. So I have fun playing my tanks. These tanks conquer anything. They can climb over rocks and stuff. This is actually here in my home, hand long tank. Both easy work like your always do. And dinghy, I got a Big Joe in here. Yeah, Hogan's Hero. Now, Big Joe's all painted right there. Take Big Joe out. Take me painted that for me. So Big Joe fits in the tank, and of course we got Oddball. He's there with him too. So this tank here, Joe Key, that shoots BBs and stuff. I was telling the gang yesterday. I had it out there, and one guy goes, "Wow, I like that. That thing sounds real." I said, "Well, it actually is a real tank. It's 1/16 scale." I said, "But now I like to see that thing. Does that thing shoot anything?" "Oh yes, it does. Yeah, it shoots BBs." So I demonstrated. Man, I gotta get me one of them. He said, "How much you pay for that? You don't mind I ask you?" "Well, I'm not asking. I'll be honest with you, about $300. That's a lot of money, but $300 you get on a tank." So where do you get them at? Hobby shops, or you can go on eBay, but you won't get a line. long as you got a credit card friendly, give it anything in the world you want. Buddy. So what you got to do is take that card and swipe it, and push the button, and it's yours. Now it'll give me one of those. So guess what happened? This morning, I went out there and ran my tank a little bit. I got up about 3:30 this morning, and about 5:30 in the morning, I was out there playing with my tank out there. And, man, it's like I could hear that thing all over my bedroom. And he says, I ordered that tank. I said, you did? Yeah, I got it on Amazon. I said, I think I paid $260 for it on Amazon. There you got a good buy out. You get cheaper than I did. He said, well, get your tank, sir. We're about to have a little blast together. So I might got a little tank buddy next door. We can run tanks in. So that's kind of a cool thing to do. Hello, Diggy. He was talking about your guy. I was showing everybody Big Joe you painted on my tank a while ago. And Raymond said, I can't hang out late tonight. Nice tank. Good night, everybody. Good night to you, Raymond. Thank you, dear sir, for chiming in with everybody. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night, buddy. God bless you. Dean goes, yeah. Okay, well, right now we're at step 26. Calls for the machine gun. So I already painted it on the screws. Save me some time. The gun base I'm working on now. Can't even see the camera down. You can't see what I'm doing when I'm doing this. I know, putting all the parts. Move these guns from the screws here. Calibers. 90% of this build does here live on YouTube here for live stream. Okay. Page. Yeah. My grandson out there gave me a peach. Like peaches, apple, or yes, I like them. It's starting to rain out there now. You hear the pitter patter of the rain. Last one. Rain. So, the last Hellcat I built was the F6 124 scale kit. That was a super kit, buddy. I talked to one of my subscribers yesterday about a live action stream. Those Airfix retooling kits are pretty over engineered, so everything's pretty tight, especially the Hummer Typhoon. I mean, that thing was very tight, that fuselage. It took me about 2 hours to get that fuselage together. Okay. goes first and put the handle belts on next. Goes up first, and I'll go ahead and handle belts. Okay. Good, good, good. Hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? Oh, good. Matt said it's playing with B-17, Bill. Grey Ghost and Queen Mary. Yeah, that's right. Queen Mary was Grey Ghost. Well, I got the Queen Mary, but it's not gray. Right there. About 40, 45, 44 inches long. It's a big one. Can't take a look at it. A lot of fellas have seen it. A lot of fellas haven't seen it. The ones that haven't seen it, you can see it right here. Moving this damn camera around, I'm knocking something over. I built that over 50 years ago. I was a good bomb builder back in that days. I got a little Jesus on the boot neck here, making sure you don't get no third-class steerage passengers. He don't mind. Jesus don't mind. All God's children, no matter rich or poor. And those who are rich are very lucky to get the money, the opportunity to have money. Those who are poor are just happy because they get the promise of victory. Thank you, man. I sure appreciate you gave me that Prontos set for that Missouri. I've got 1/350 scale 1991 circa 1991 Missouri I have. I'll be getting on that soon. Get my stuff back next month in August. It's just around the corner. We'll pick it up. We'll probably continue building that. It'd be my privilege. Like I say, that my B-17 that was built, it came with F parts and E parts. So I've got all the E parts to it. Those guns dry, I'm gonna get a good wash of sulfur on there, gun metal on there, and put the ammo belts, and install them on the wings. Coffee's good. Those of you fellas interested in building this Trumpiter or Hobby Boss, whatever it is, Hobby Craft, F6F Hellcat, there's two things you got to keep in mind. That tail wheel is very fragile. Oh, it's very fragile. It don't take much to break that. The weak point of it is it's the yoke right here. The joint it's right here. Up here, it ain't no problem. Down here, it's very weak. So it takes some highlight glue to make it down. Reinforce it with highlight glue. That's the score. But still keep in mind, it's still weak. So you lay it down very gently. Don't flop it. You flop it, snap on you, and you're going to be hurt. Number two is these windows right here. I got mask tape on something because I'm the appreciate this thing. We send it to so keep in mind with that. It's a good kid. Okay, the cowling's movable. Come on, it'll pop off. It's discovered it just now. Just live right here. It means all the work you did on the engine right here can be seen by popping off the camera. I got that big mirror SVT dotless diaphragm behind me back here. It's hung up with that. And the cowling's removable too. I just about to pull that prop up, pull the cowling up. It's got that 1,000 horsepower right cyclone motor powered by. The Hellcats, they had Pratt Whitney Wasp engine. They had 18 cylinders. And they were very powerful. We had the Japs Buffalo back in those days. Right to the Battle of Midway, the Hellcat stepped in the deal. When it came to deal, the rules engagement for a Jap Zero pilot is where they lure you into a dogfight because they're trained to dogfight. We weren't that much, but we learned. We learned from the S6F Hellcat, like I said before, the Hellcat was going after the Zero going up. Hellcat was so much worse than to start going for a shake. It's called stalling. The person would fall back, spin around. By the time it's spinning around trying to recover, the Japanese was made this big circle right behind you. So the Hellcat came out, he lured us into a dogfight. And they were saying, Jesus Christ, that thing's keeping up with me. What kind of Wildcat is that? That's not a Wildcat. The Yanks got a new airplane. The Hellcat was a jackhammer. And between the Hellcat and the F4U Corsair, we gained air supremacy. There was nothing, all the experienced Japanese pilots were killed. It's a good kit. I like it. The Hassan Gobble is really a nice kit too. It's really nice. I got one of those too. That built on YouTube. Maybe painted either dark sea blue or three-tone camouflage. Non-specular dark sea blue, intermediate blue, white. Now, the one Airfix 170, Airfix 124 scale, the big one. It's all blue, all dark sea blue. And those that watch the Flying Leathernecks with Robert Ryan and John Wayne, Don Taylor, that was a 1951 movie. Those Hellcats were all dark blue. They weren't no white at all. So anybody want to paint dark sea blue? Great paint, because for 1945 we want blue. You got to wait for the three-tone camouflage. And that's the 2C Hell Divers. They were European on dark sea blue. Same thing with TBS. That was about the end of the war. They had more color. The Hellcat, the Wildcat, and the Hellcat, they're all dark blue. At the end of the war, they were redesignated. The Wildcats were redesignated as FM2s. Now, the Wildcat FM2s, they have a lot more super engine into it. And you notice, you look at the tail. Instead of having a tail like this, it came straight up higher. More lateral control. And they're painted all dark sea blue. Even the F4 F3s, they're painted dark sea blue too. In 1944, then late 1944, they got away from the tricolor. So they all started painting sea blue to make it simple. Even the Corsairs were too. The F4Us, they're painted dark sea blue. Now I've got the 1.2 scale F4U Corsair. It's a TONITE. Well, I don't know, expensive. That killed almost $200. I said, you know, get those Lulu down. That was Becky Boynton's Corsair. I got another one too, an Academy Corsair. Oh, it's Mia. Corsair, 148 scale. I made two of them, 148 scale. And they also made the 132nd scale. Well, yeah, a good nighttime, guys. Really, yeah. My daughter brought me a bunch of food here, a bunch of groceries, cookies, crackers, soups, and stuff like that. She feels like getting hungry. I do get hungry. Since I moved to this house, I lost all the weight. I popped down to 100, 150 pounds out, 155, 160. I was almost 200 when I first moved in. Because I was eating all the good food, like I used to eat, like steaks, pizzas, and spaghettis, and everything else. Which is good. If you keep the weight down, my blood pressure goes down too. Yeah, the Kuroko. That's right. Kuroko did. Courier did run over. That captain of that Kuroko, I was thinking, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He just went right into her. The same thing on the Olympic too. I think one of those cruisers hit her from the fantail, the starboard side. It was a pretty good hole, but it was above the water line. White Star, they stuck out so bad in their ships, you know. The problem they have with Olympic class ocean liners, like the Titanic, Britannic, and also Olympic, is they're big. They're too big to handle, you know. Just like our models. Get that big old 132nd scale B-24 behind me, or you got a B-17. The bigger the model, the more you got to run into it. Because it's big. It's sticking right out like nothing. You don't pay attention because it's so big, you know. Like I say, the best way to display, like I do my B-24 over there, I put the corner right there. Nothing behind it can hurt it, and I know it's there. That's a bloody shame, man. You know, you gotta watch out for the food you buy today. You know, they, you don't know these things. You buy vegetables or meat or something, it's tainted. You don't know it. We never had that problem when I was a kid. I was growing up with girls and young men. Never. I go to show you, there ain't no quality control to work for nothing. Not even models, no quality control. There's one company that gives you quality control. It's called Blue Jacket Ship Records. They're out of what, Maine? St. Maine? Castine, Maine? Yeah. Upstate where Daniel Britton lives in. Way up there, St. Maine. They've got, I mean, Blue Jacket Ship Captors, they're the oldest model company there is in the world. They've been in business since the turn of the century. They had good management. Nick the Buck owns the place now. You know, they got excellent quality control there. That's the only company I know that has quality control. You get 100% beautiful kit. You never worry about no parts missing or nothing. It's all there. Dean's Marine too is good. You know, Ron at Dean's Marine. I got that big old tramp steamer up there. Let me show it to you guys. This is radio control. This cost me almost $700. This is a Melody tube. Got a motor in it. And this thing got good quality control there too. This is the only Dean's Marine kit I got. And these things were expensive. They are. I had to try one out and I bought it. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's all fiberglass kit. All fiberglass and metal and resin and plastic. Why Taco Bell? I'll tell you one thing. I seen that place one time. Get me Chorito or something. That was like 3 years ago. One time, I walked in and I walked out. Man, look at that sweet little place. They didn't get tacos. They got lettuce and deep cheese little place. I seen this lady make a taco like that. Open it up, she scoops all that stuff on top of the green board, the top of the board there where they make it, and wrap it up and set it out. I see that, I just walk down and say, "Can I help you, sir?" Nope. Thanks. I'm out of here. You know, watch out for places like that. The other thing too, I stay away from too. I want to caution everybody: buffets. You go to a buffet, I call them plum trough. That's what I call them. Just like the what's that big old buffet they got nowadays? Golden Corral. Places like the Golden Corral. They got kids in there that grab stuff with their bare hands and they eat like that. Right there at the line, after they eat their food, they grab another piece. Then they got people over there grabbing food like that, put it on top of the plate, and after they eat on the plate, they take the spoon, or they grab from the pan there, like macaroni and cheese or something, whatever there is, and they jump on the plate and they I see that, I'm out of here. I couldn't eat in places like that. People are so unsanitary nowadays. You know what it comes from? This poor failure of parenthood and education. That's the biggest problem this country suffers from. Is that you got parents nowadays, their parents just like they are because that's how they learn from their parents learn from their parents. It's all generation. Man, I tell you, place I gotta stay away from, you know. I never heard of the chocolate fountain before. That's probably a Canadian chain. Even McDonald's is getting bad, you know. Their prices are absolutely outrageous. And my daughter said, I remember Dad McDonald's. She said, good Happy Meals had toys in it. Not anymore. You know why? You're not allowed to be a child no more. They're expensive and everything. And that's one reason why the cost of food is so expensive nowadays, especially when we go to restaurants to eat. You know? It's because the people walking out and paying for it. We know them people. I'm not going to mention it, it may shut me down on YouTube, but I think we all know. People that had no education at all, people about Douglas that had an IQ or was cheat stuff or shut them. And they steal stuff there, they wreck everything in there and stuff. So somebody's got to pay for the loss. That's us. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I know it's not me because, you know, I know better than I know different. So do you fellas too. All you guys come from good families like I do. I can tell. It's a sense of dignity, pride, everything else. These younger generations come to this country nowadays. They're not going to make it, boys and girls. They're not going to make it. They'll never live long enough to grow gray hair like this. Never live long enough. Oh, they have them in buffets. Okay. Well, yeah, they got the same thing down there at the Golden Corral. They got a place where you buy get desserts. You get puddings, cakes, pies, ice cream. And you know how kids are. You know, right to the ice cream. And the parents sit there and just watch as they handle food like that. I see stuff. I took groceries with my wife with me when I said, Frank, I ain't going this place no more. Look at that gay ass. I said, boy, I said, I'm wondering if we just ate the handle like that. Good thing. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. That's a good looking white cyclone motor. There's the motor I think you did in the Wildcat. He just brought in a picture of. I want to show you what he got. He does good work, don't he? That's a good looking engine. And it's got G.I. Joe right on top. Good job, buddy. Oh yeah, I remember Dust. Burger Chef went out by 1982 because I used to get a brownie lad. That was one of my favorites. Had Swiss cheese, hamburger with brown gravy and mushrooms on it. That was a good hamburger, Burger Chef. And I never heard of a Burger Chef until I moved to Ohio. I moved in there and I was married to my daughter's mother, Brenda, before she passed away. Because, Frank, how about I go to Burger Chef? Get us a couple of brownie lads. No, you took words out of my mouth. I like these burgers. They got good stuff in there. I went there. Place was closed down. What the hey happened here? Roy Rogers, I remember that too. They had good barbecue there. I remember all those old places, dang. They're just fudged out, man. They just went onward. Skyline Chili was good. Don't tell me they're out of business. A lot of these places are going out of business. Either they price themselves out, or the management, bad management, or the proprietorship who founded the place, probably deceased, and the company went with them. Most of the time, it's the proprietorship. The people who own, who are founders of the company, give it to somebody else and carry on the name, and it don't last so long, and pretty soon the whole business goes, the whole shebang goes up in smoke. Like Friendly's. Friendly's was a nice place to go to. I used to have a meal I always eat all the time called the fish and the jig. It was a fish sandwich with a cheddar cheese on it, and coleslaw on it, and had French fries and a big old bowl of clam chowder. That was good. Chased off with a big old Jim Dandy, which is like a big old goblet thing full of ice cream, Reese's Pieces, chocolate syrup, nuts, bananas, cherries, you name it. We talk about a diabetes special. That is it. He's budged out. That's right, Dave. That's right, Matt. 100% correct. Yes, Woolworths was good. I had a job working at Woolworths one time. Woolworths and Sears and Roebuck, Montgomery Wars, they had a cafe in there. Old cafeteria where people ate. I used to wash dishes there when I was in junior high school. As a second, in junior high school, I had a job. I had my paper route, and I had one more jobs. I had a little notebook to write down the address of the people's houses and when the last time I cut the grass, what I'm about to do, and they expected me to come. Say, hey, Frank, you cut the grass today? Yes. Okay, good. And so you're on time all the time, are you? And the fathers of the household, they love me because a lot of those guys like to play football games and baseball games. Like to read a paper. They don't want to cut the grass. Like mother goes, like the lady in the house goes, Harold, let's get off that couch. You couldn't read that paper about to cut the grass. No, I cut tomorrow. I got a ball game I want to watch. They're cruising. Frankie Day comes over and knock. Hi. Oh, you got one. You want to cut my grass? Yeah. Well, heck yeah, cut it. How much you charge? Quarter? 25 cents for both of them? Yeah, I'll even make the grass for you. Good. Get a job. See, stuff like that has been a lot to me. That was my model money right there. But I got a job working Woolworths and kind of grocery dishes. I think how was the minimum wage back then? $1.25? No. Less than that. 85 cents now. I was getting 85 cents an hour back then. They had good models there too. Oh yeah, you took the word right out of my mouth. That's why I bought all my models at Woolworths. That's why I introduced to Masagawa. I think the first kit I bought Masagawa was the SOC-3 Seagull. It was a biplane. And I never heard of Masagawa. It was a nice kit. It only cost 49 cents to get. I bought it, and next thing you know, they started bringing in more Masagawa kits. They had the Rita bomber, they had the Emily, and they had the Navis came in. And that came in, then they had the Shinomiya PS1 flying boat came in. That was 1970. That came in. The D5N Marlin came in. Then they started the 132nd scale range. And that was really 1970s was a good year for models. I'll tell you that. Good price too. Top shelf price for a good model back in those days was anywhere from $10 to $12 to $20. That's right. I make food myself. The only food I eat, like around here, is stuff I cook here, which I don't cook. My daughter cooks. She's a good cook. She got it from her mother, got it from me. And I eat my daughter's food, my son-in-law's food, and I eat my own food. Restaurants like that, especially nowadays, you probably shouldn't know those guys eat there. You got so many people that have very, very bad hygiene. Very bad hygiene. Here's another one for the giver. I went to the places called the Country Buffet. It was like the Golden Corral, but it was Country Buffet. And so back in my days, when you walked into a place like that, you had to wear shoes, you had to wear a shirt, you had to be decent to walk in there. Well, I had this one lady walk in. She had a pair of flip-flops right there. Wearing sandals right there. I call them go-aheads. She had a pair of those. And she took off her shoes. She was picking out her feet. After she picked her feet, she went up to the buffet and grabbed her food. I seen it. Oh, I walked out of there. Man, I'm not eating here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how people do stuff like that. And you know something? They just don't know better. They just don't know any better. God put a brain in a human being that weighs about 12 to 13 pounds. And had supposed to have a lot of that intelligence, but I don't think so. Some of these people have, I call them educated primates. That's right, Dingy. No shoes, no shirt, no service. Amen, sir. Yeah, $11 gets you a good B-17 back then. Even a B-29 too. B-29, 148 scale Super Fortress cost around $12. It was worth it too. Got one of those in my stash. We had a lot of good plastic back in those days, Dingy. You know it. You were raised back in those days. They had a lot of good stuff. Those models, a lot of them was really pumped out with 148 scale multi-motor airplanes. The first one that came out with was the B-17. It came out in 1976. It came out with the B-24 Liberator. 1977, B-25, B-26. They came out with the actually the first one they did was the TVF, the TVD. 1974, they came out with the P-61 Black Widow and the TBD Devastator. 1975, the B-17 came out. 1976, the B-24 came out. 1977, the B-25 came out, and the B-26 Marauder came out, and the C-47 Skytrain, which is the Buzz Bunny, that came out. 1977, also at the end of 1977, the B-29 Super Fortress came out. And by 1980, the B-26 Peacemaker came out. They had some pretty, in Ohio, they had some pretty good diners out there. They had a place called Webby's. It was a hamburger stand. They also had White Castle. They're quite well. Now they opened up, last time I was in Ohio was probably about a little over a year ago. They, West Carrollton, Ohio, which is a city of Montgomery County, which is in Dayton. They had a place called Popeyes. You know who goes in there? I don't go in there. Now, here in Tennessee, people are pretty congenial out here and pretty decent, pretty well. They're from the South. All the Southern people, they're raised, they come from good parenting. They got a place called the Hibachi. All Japanese people. And they have rice. Go up there, and like last Sunday, but about 2 weeks ago, my daughter says, "Come on, Dad, we'll take out and buy some dinner." So, well, hell, it's about time. And I went out there and let's go to Hibachi. We sat there at the bar, and we had some soup. And fire coming up, and they had all of that. They had a sushi chef right there, put a chef on it. They had rice, shrimp, steak, lobster, everything all there, and they mixed stuff and put it in the grill. And I think they had a little thing called a volcano. It had white rice. And they stuffed it in a, it looked like an oversized salad, shaped like this. It was shaped like this and came out like that. And they filled it up, and they put it on the grill and blew it up, put it in the cooking oil there. Smoke coming out of it. I think it was neat. Oh man, I took home a big old pile of that rice. That's good stuff. You got good food out here in Tennessee. You got a place called Chick-fil-A. I kind of like that. And it's well managed. I could tell. I looked in there and the people are pretty clean. And they always got somebody getting their thumb on watching them. Yeah, the iron skillet. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let's go back about 62 years ago. Yeah. Basically, a restaurant called the Red Balloon. It was marveled over movie, a French movie about this kid chasing this balloon. This kid had a balloon, and he loved that balloon. So the kid toured all over the place chasing that balloon. He went all over the place catching that balloon. Finally got it into the movie. And so they named the restaurant after that. Now that place was a 5-scale restaurant. I want to tell you something about this. This is back in 1964, 65. And the place opened up. They had chefs. They had 5 chefs. They had 5 chefs. They had a grill chef. You had bakers in there, and you had You had boiler cooks in there, chef cook, grill cooks, fryer cooks. You had bakers there. You had also chefs that prepared the food. You had bakers there. They had home they cooked chicken and they boiled the chicken down. They parboiled the chicken first, a little flour and paprika in there. They take the chicken and they roll the flour and they fry it. They had specials every Monday. All to eat all the chicken you could eat for 99 cents. Tuesday was spaghetti day. You could eat all the spaghetti for 99 cents. Wednesday was called chili size day. Let me tell you about chili size. Yeah, a big old blue bowl, about that big around full of chili. It tastes like flavors like Armored Star, Hormel chili, and a big old hamburger in there. It had chili, a bowl of chili, with hamburger on top of the chili, and it had garlic bread cut in quarters on the side. It had chili on it, sprinkled with that Parmesan cheese. That was called. It was excellent. Oh my God! I do have one of those right now. All you can eat. The Thursday come, it was steak day, New York strip steak. All you can eat for they were 99 cent specials. Like $99, 99 cents is a lot of money back then. Especially when the minimum wage was $1.25. And Friday was fish day. All you can eat fresh Alaskan codfish, 99 cents. All you can eat. There's people that stood out there. They had a line of people, just like a chow line aboard the USS Hancock, or like an aircraft carrier or something. You had people lined up, 100, 200 people lines of people lined up. I got a job washing dishes there. Oh, had these porters pushing these big old carts full of bus tubs full of empty dishes. Ah, you're a new guy here, huh? Yeah. Well, you don't like me. I said, I don't like you already. He had all these bus tubs full of dishes. They had a hole about this big, lady sticking heads like that. We need silverware. Halfway there, ma'am. And well, that place was a madhouse. 6 thumbs up, and no, 6 watching and 21 thumbs up. I went to the United States Navy in 1963. In 1963, I was 17 years old. No, it was 1962 I went in. I was 17 years old in 1962. And I worked for a couple of days out in that balloon when the place first opened up. Came home for leave. I had a 30-day leave. But once you're overseas for a year, you can come back for free. You got exactly 30-day leave. And I always worked all the time. I always liked to work. My father was, he was getting old. My dad was big black guys. I was born in 1945. And my father was 45 years old back then. My dad was born at the turn of the century. And so my dad was 45 years old when he had me. My dad was very old back then. And my dad liked to work. So he got a job being a manager down there. So he might go work a little bit, make some money while you're on the week. Yeah, why not? So I got a job, working down there with Bloomberg. So I can't work full time. I got up in the Navy. I know it's fun. I need you to just put a couple of weekends. So these kids are There's one, but they walk out all the time because the constant bus tubs coming in all the time. They get overwhelmed. They say, "Oh, screw it, I'm out of here." So I stumbled it out and took it out, but it was good. It was January the 3rd, 1962. I went in right after the Cuban Missile Crisis. And that time the invasion of Laos came in, Cambodia. They had when China came in there. I knew things were getting hot out there. Pretty soon they'll start drafting. And my dad says, "Oh boy, they're getting crazy out there in Cambodia." But yeah, Bob, they'll be calling for the drafting. So I don't want to go over there. I think I'll just go ahead and join the Navy. I did. And we got Cool Luke B40. He said, I was 17 in the 8th grade. And Davey says, Frank, you're 8 years before I was born. Yep. I can remember the 1940s real quick. I can remember that when I was first born, FDR, he just passed away. He died of COVID. God, yeah. They swore in, give it hell Harry. You get too hot to get out of the kitchen. That's Truman. He was in there. And he got out, and Eisenhower was in there. Eisenhower was a good president. He made sure every poor man drove a brand new car. Yeah, my dad had nice cars out in the 1950s. He had a 1955 Duke Roadmaster. He had a Studebaker. He had an Edsel. He had a Lincoln. He had a Mercury. And he had a Thunderbird, too. Yeah, Ford Thunderbird. He had a Ford Fairlane, too. He had a lot of those old cars. I can remember that he had the Soto, too. He was all gray and maroon color. I can remember on the dashboard, he had a push-button transmission, push-button reverse, forward and drive. Beautiful there. I can still smell the interior of the little cars. My dad had a Lincoln Continental. It was all deep green with a chiffon green hard top on there. It had like wood inside there, and they had cigarette lighters, and everything was powered. Everything in that car. Everything was powered. Power windows. I kept playing with windows. Leave those windows alone. You're gonna burn out the battery. Okay, Dad. Hey, Dad, there's a cigarette lighter back here. Hand it to me. Gave it to you like this. Now I got this. Not to worry about you playing around with a cigarette lighter. Yeah, it was good old days back in those days. Yeah, the Ford Thunderbird. That's what it was. It was all silver color. But I like that Buick Roadmaster he had. It was all yellow and white. Yeah, those will build too. And they're nice cars back in the days, fellas. They really were. Yeah, I wish I knew that silver paint on here. I'm gonna throw it out. I knew well throw it away. I got my aluminum. Yeah, look at these guns. Yeah, for the good old days, fellas. Those days there. You could remember. Stick with you for life. My best take works very well. I get the highlights. More paint, the red one melts. You need a wash and bring up the belts. lots of belts like that because and washers and stuff like that. Make sure it's glossed over with clear. No matter if it's using acrylic washers or enamel washers, if you got acrylic washers, enamel washers, they got to be sealed and clear, or glossy. When you have your wash on it, it won't disturb none of the paint. It'll also cause the wash to spread out more. You won't be able to do this job better that way. Yeah, so here's some. Get my hands to go all the time. If you're watching, 21 thumbs up. It's over here. Belts here. Oh. Dry. Always like it does when it's cold. Good wash right there. And because of wash too. Dean and I, we love oils. Oil will make the best washes of everything. I think it's better than any kind of thing there is out there. But just get to learn how to use them. They're very concentrated. They don't take much to mess them up. And they're very messy, so you got to keep your hands clean. Make sure you work with pencils. Key of making them clean, keep it on your hands, let these things dry ridiculous. Injection can get some to that. And then I had no service. Cartridge and stick to it. Happy man. Okay, Matt, have a good night, buddy, and thank you very much, dear friend, for tuning in. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. I'll be getting out to myself too. It's getting a little late. Okay, everybody, I think I'm going to call it a video tonight with this rain dry. So far, thus far tonight, we got the Goldsmith sheet, got the cowling all primed, got it in place, and everything comes off. Got these all painted and everything. And let this thing dry. And we got the wing bays all done. Put the cowling machine guns and the gun belts all done there. They're all ready to go. Dry overnight. Wing can dry overnight. Get the guns all in place. It's a little tight there because we got the guns there and all the ammunition belts. So we'll let this thing go overnight, guys. And tomorrow we'll do some work on the Hellcat. Little by little, we'll get it done. All that, we get the wings installed, the stabilizers installed. Let it dry. With dignity, like I always say. Now, box on the table here. So harm's way. It's a little dry. Got fuselage. So deep there. Go Hellcat's filling pretty good, boys. Everything's been done live here. We're getting something done. Beautiful. I had to use restroom on there. Okay. Dinghy's hit the sack. Think everybody's going to bed now. We got 3 watching and 21 thumbs up. Have a good night for a Saturday night. We got one done, no Hellcat, and we'll have more to do tomorrow on. And I got more bills coming your way, fellas. All my supplies are starting to come in pretty well now. I'm getting pretty happy. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for tonight's show. And I'm going to try and improve in my on my live streams. And try to get them better for you guys. It's kind of hard for me to I'm working at the same time and answering the chat board. It's like everybody seems to enjoy each other. They talk to each other. But that's what it's all about. That's what it is. That's what it's all about, guys. And, I'd like to thank Mr. Daniel Britton for sending me sandpaper and primer paint day, and he sent me this beautiful drum and duck over there he sent me, and so I'm getting there, guys. Getting there, and we got. We could just 196. He says, hey, remember my first model was the F109, the F109 148 scale. We bought it at Kmart 1977, 78. Is it Frankie, what was your first model? Well, my first model was the Cleveland kit. That's good. Ghost Hawk, F11C. The biplane, awesome job. But my very first plastic kit I ever built in 1953, Rebelle USS Missouri. Because I believe that was probably one of the first model ships that came out by Rebelle at the time. And from now on, the Rebelle started bringing out a lot of lot-sail ships like Pittsburgh, the Hello, the North Sound, the Currituck, Long Beach Tug, the Hawaiian Pilot, the GL. And the SS Brazil, Dr. Likes, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, all those old carriers, all old series. My first kit was the Cleveland. I was about 3 years old. I had built a Boston model for that. And I was one of my first models. They let me sell it on it. Believe it or not, at my age, 3 years old, I could build Boston kits, stick tissue. I had a good time with it. That game's paid for me. Yep, good job, lady. Yes, he did. Beautiful job. It was good work. Very good work. Okay, I'm out of here. I'd like to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Nice chat. And And like, thank you, Jess, for tuning in. Well, I'm ready to get out of here right now. I've been here over 3 hours, and let the Hellcat dry tomorrow. Sure, tune in tomorrow night, buddy. We'll have a good night tomorrow night. And yes, we'll have a good night tomorrow night. And thank you very much for tuning in. I'd like to thank all the new subscribers for your wonderful candor, views, and comments. I give beyond to all you guys. And thank you for the support that y'all for giving me supplies from your moms. Everybody knows the status of Frankie Day inside this little room. I don't get out anymore doing anything. And you guys help me a lot. You support me a lot. And that means a lot to me. It really does. So make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive. Beware of your surroundings and watch your family. Don't leave your home. Make sure you got protection to take your family. And don't leave your kids out of sight. Don't leave your wife out of sight. Keep your whole family tight and keep together and say your prayers. God bless. We'll catch you guys all night. And thank you very much for tonight's show. And we'll see you tomorrow night for Sunday night live action. Tomorrow we'll try to get a couple of final bills out to them. Some bills that we're doing on camera. So we'll get those out for you tomorrow too. Thank you guys for tuning in, and God bless everybody. And thank you very much for tuning in. Bye, guys. Take care of yourself. Have a very good night tonight, and God bless.